Look how they massacred my boy.
No, 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 no. Look at how they massacred my boy. That was amazing. I love that panel so much. Top 50 One Piece panels in my book, for sure. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Last Yonko, and this is chapter 1084 of One Piece, The Attempted Murder of a Celestial Dragon. It's going down in this chapter, guys. And you want to know what the cover page is? A beach day with the lovely women of One Piece. I gotta say, this is one of my all-time favorite cover pages. Just look at it. The girls look fantastic. Just imagine a beach day with these lovely ladies. I gotta say, it'd be the beach day of all beach days. Am I right? And you know who my favorite girl in this cover page is? I gotta say, it's Ulti. It is Ulti. Ulti looks slamming. Ulti looks like a bad mama jamma. I gotta say, she looks great. I'm a sucker for the big thighs. I'm a sucker for the big thighs. Big thighs save lives. Remember that, boys. Big thighs save lives. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this chapter. There's a lot. There's a lot in this chapter, but I want to start off with the highlight for me, which is the introduction of a mythical character. We get the introduction of Queen Lily, who was one of the founding 20 members of the Celestial Dragons. So we've heard about this before in One Piece, but we hear about it again with a little bit more detail, that originally there were 20 monarchs who decided to flee to Mary Joie and start the Celestial Dragon clan, basically, right? And then this clan ended up ruling the entire world. They took over everything and created the world government, and blah blah blah. You guys get the gist of it, right? But out of these 20 rulers, there was one that decided not to stay in Mary Joie and potentially go back to their home kingdom, and this was Queen Lily of the Nefertari family. So that is obviously one of Vivi and King Cobra's ancestors, one of the first major, people in their bloodline that, created a huge impact and a lot of waves in the One Piece world, during the Void Century and whatnot. So this character is important. And personally, my theory is that this character is actually Imu Sama himself, herself. I think it's a she. I think Imu Sama is a female, and I think that it is Queen Lily herself, because I feel that it's basically being spoon-fed to us that during the introduction of Queen Lily, we get the reintroduction of Imu Sama at the very end. Imu Sama has a very slender, feminine figure. It's a very girly like silhouette, right? We even get all the females in the cover page. Maybe that's even more foreshadowing. A lot of feminine energy in this chapter, right? I think Lily is Imu Sama confirmed. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think Imu Sama is Lily, or if this is like a red herring that they're kind of making it too obvious that it could be Lily and then it's not going to be Lily. I don't know. But personally, I feel like sometimes with One Piece, overthinking, lately I feel like overthinking doesn't get you very far. Sometimes the answer is the simplest one. And I think it's Lily. I personally do. I think it's like Oda's making it obvious, but maybe it's too obvious. I don't know. But anyway, guys, back to the chapter. So we get a lot of information in this chapter about the Void Century. A lot of the things we kind of already knew, but again, we get a little bit more detail, a little bit more context. And we do get to see Imu-sama in the flesh at the very end of the chapter. He sits on the throne room. He, she, I don't know. They sit on the throne, the empty throne that nobody was supposed to sit on. And we learn why. We learn that the empty throne was created so that none of the Celestial Dragons would dare sit on it, because their clan was meant to come up with decisions together, right? As like, a kind of Congress or a Supreme Court of sort, right? Like they make the rules, they make the laws, but they They all decide together. There's not one person, deciding everything and ruling over everybody. But turns out there is. And it turns out this is Imu-sama. Imu-sama is the king of the world. And I wonder if this is Blackbeard's end goal, right? What if that is the end game for Marshall D. Teach? Who knows? But one thing that bugs me about King Cobra and his whole, back and forth with the 5 Elder Stars in this chapter, which is he didn't hit that subscribe button. Guys, what are you doing? If you like the content, hit that subscribe button. We got videos coming out every week. Sometimes we got a couple coming out every week, so you don't want to miss them. Hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this review. Leave a comment. I want to know who you guys think Imu-sama is. I truly do. And anyway, something that King Cobra, I think he's kind of dumb. He lost some intelligence points for me. Is that, did he really think that the 5 Elder Stars were actually going to tell him what the will of D was, or the truth about Queen Lily's disappearance? He has to be extremely foolish, or he's an absolute genius and he's playing 4D chess, and his end goal was to draw Imu-sama out of his phantom room or his Garden of Eden, whatever you want to call it, and get a glimpse of him. But I highly doubt King Cobra is that smart. Do you guys think King Cobra is that intelligent? I don't think so, man. I feel like he's not the brightest bulb in the room. So besides the whole 5 Elder Stars, Imu-sama, King Cobra, we do get some other moments in this chapter that are worth noting. Sabo and Bonnie, Jewelry Bonnie, they finally meet. Seems like they've heard of each other because they instantly trust each other. And they team up temporarily to get the keys that'll free Kuma. We also find out that very early on, Bonnie's plan was to go to Egghead Island to see if they can get Kuma's memories back. Sabo says, basically, that's a great plan. You do that, and I will rescue Kuma's body. So it's almost like a team effort, right? Well, it is. Sabo's getting Kuma's body, and Bonnie's going to get Kuma's mind. So I think that's pretty cool that they're both teaming up like that. Watch them end up getting together at some point, right? That'd be pretty funny. I never thought of shipping Sabo and Jewelry Bonnie, but that's actually a pretty interesting couple. I think it works, right? I think it works for me. Besides that, we also get probably the funniest moment of the year in One Piece, maybe, right? Top 5 of 2023 easily is, look how they massacred my boy. Oh, Saint Charlos, or whatever his name is, the celestial dragon that everybody absolutely despises, finally gets his comeuppance, finally gets crushed by Sai and Leo, and you gotta love it. He gets destroyed. I think he's dead, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, because we know that last time a celestial dragon was punched, Kizaru shows up, an admiral, so I don't know if the admirals are going to show up. Maybe it'll be the introduction of the Holy Knights. We might finally get to see God's Knights, Holy Knights. I actually like God's Knights more. I think it sounds more intense, but Holy Knights works for me too. But we might get an introduction to one of the Holy Knights, or potentially maybe Akainu shows up, but I highly doubt Akainu's going to show up. Where is Akainu? I don't know, but I can't see him showing up for something like this. I think it's going to be either Kizaru or one of the Holy Knights has to show up, because we do know Fujitora and Green Bull have their hands full dealing with the revolutionary captains in Mary Joie. They're at a handicap, as we saw last chapter, so they can't go all out. So they're a bit limited with their destructive powers. Am I right? And yeah, guys, we also find out that Morley is the one that actually gets to save Kuma, and he's the one that actually grabs him and escapes. So we got confirmation of that. And the chapter ends with Imu-sama again. He's sitting on the empty throne of lies. It is an empty throne of lies because someone's sitting on it. It's not so empty after all. What do you guys think of the chapter? Let me know in the comments. I enjoyed it. The middle part with Shirahoshi and everything, I feel like was the least interesting part of the chapter for me, right? But I did like the ending where they crush St. Charlos. He's been needing to die for a long time. It's been a while. He deserves it, right? He deserves a nice epic finale, right? He definitely does. And the King Cobra stuff, the Lily stuff, the Nefertari information, I thought was fantastic. I really want to learn more. I don't know where the next chapter can potentially go. Are we going to get more info on this? Are we going to get an Emu face reveal? I'm not sure. We might come back to Luffy and the gang. It's been a long time. There's a break next week, so we got to wait 2 weeks for this next chapter. What do you guys think is going to happen, man? Are we going to go back to Luffy and the gang? Are we going to see Luffy go Gear 5 and fight St. J. Garcia Saturn? I'd love to see that. And then see Zoro and Sanji versus Kizaru. That'd be a beautiful sight. That would just be the icing on my magic cake. But I don't know. We got to see. Maybe we'll cut back to Garp fighting Aokiji. Maybe we'll get more of Imu-sama. Maybe we'll get that face reveal, right? That'd be insane. I think it's too soon, but that would be insane. I can't wait. Also, Imu-sama, every time Oda draws Imu-sama, he always draws him so distorted, right? Like he's distorting time or something with his eyeballs. It reminds me of the Rinnegan from Naruto. When they first introduced Pain's silhouette, I remember it was always very like haunting. Like this guy is powerful, right? Like Imu-sama just screams power, and you gotta love it. It's probably the final villain, maybe, or Blackbeard. I personally want it to be Blackbeard, but you never know. It might be this girl guy. They, them, I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, much love. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace out.